Well, several law enforcement agencies sharpen their skills today, and what they practice on, they tell us, requires a team effort.
Channel 5's Cecilia Gutierrez went to the training where law enforcement says being prepared is all about communication.
The joint training that happened earlier today here at PSJ High School will assist state, local, and federal law enforcement agencies to be on the same page during an active shooter event. Last Saturday, Yuni Gonzalez had just come home from the La Plaza Mall when she turned on the TV to see reports of a possible active shooter.
I was at Macy's, but I was like really early, so I didn't get to be here for the situation, and thank God for it.
Gonzalez says she glued herself to the TV and phone as she watched law enforcement agencies storm the building she was in just hours before.
I think they did a good job because they reacted real quickly.
This is her first time back at the mall. Now, she says she's more alert. Incidents like Saturday has Border Patrol's tactical unit BORTAC and local law enforcement training to make sure they're prepared for the worst.
These situations around the United States, unfortunately, have been occurring. We need to stay prepared to the best of our abilities. Our main goal is preparedness and interagency cohesiveness so that we can work with local, state, and federal law enforcement seamlessly and have a good source of communication.
BORTAC operator John Leslie says communication amongst law enforcement is key. San Juan Police Chief Juan Gonzalez says a situation like this can't be solved with just one agency.
When you have a universal concept and you train together, it's a lot easier for us to go and resolve a situation, especially when it involves mass amount of people that are going to be calling in with different information.
He says exercises like today allows them to see what areas need improvement when different groups link up.
It's one thing putting it on paper, another thing is actually physically doing the concepts and the training and the tactics.
Gonzalez says no matter where the active shooter situation takes place, combining concepts and tactics with other agencies make sure they respond to the situation as quickly as possible.
We know where we're going, we know what we're going to be doing, what tactics we're going to be utilizing, and that's why it's important to have this training session with all the different agencies.
He says their main goal is to run a clear procedure and make sure everyone gets out unharmed. Law enforcement agencies say this isn't the last time you'll see a training like this one. Local, state, and federal law enforcement agencies say they're trying to schedule joint trainings just like this one every couple of weeks. In San Juan, Cecilia Gutierrez, Channel 5 News at 6.
So how does law enforcement communicate with the public in these situations? This is a Channel 5 News Extra. San Juan Police Chief Juan Gonzalez says if an active shooter situation were to happen, they would use their official social media site as a main form of communication. All officers in San Juan are trained on how to use social media during an emergency event.
Specifically have a session on just on social media, so our officers can know when we're reading social media, where we're going, where's the command post, where's the staging area, what resources we need.
Chief Gonzalez says his officers see social media as a tactical response. He says the public should be aware of where they're getting their information and not cause more chaos or confusion.